We have Bruna in our hand. The deck is named after Bruna. We could maybe keep this. Like, obviously, like, this is awkward and the Fatal Push is bad. This hand is not good. And our opponent didn't reveal Luris. Yeah, Fatal Push is bad. This hand is just so bad. I'll mulligan. I'll keep this one. Is Jace Divine Sculptor not the top end of blue Planeswalker deck anymore? I mean, this isn't a blue Planeswalker deck. This is a Gifts Ungiven combo deck. Oh, thank you, Gabe. Thank you. Fatal Push is going to be good. Let me go to Thoughtseize to get the elemental guy. Whatever that one's called. I'll take Swift Spear instead. Jeskai Spirit's very interesting. The Time Warp is weird. That looks pretty fun. Maybe the Time Warp is just really good. Kind of surprised that you're not playing any Skyclave Apparition, Gabe. Oh no, they drew the Stormwing entity. It's exactly what I was trying to avoid with this Thoughtseize. What are you going to do? I think Teferi usually shines way more in sideboard games than Jace does because of all like the 2-mana interactive spells like Gust and Purge you end up bringing in. Right. Take it. Am I supposed to force this? Go to 5? I don't think so. We need to bounce the Stormwing with Teferi next turn. Now we can get a Prairie Stream. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, no, we can't. We're playing the farmland instead. That's right. Wow. Pass. Any changes you want? Cool, cool, cool. Well, force so we don't die. Okay. Well, we're not in good shape, and our hand isn't very good, but we get to live another turn. That first hand would have been better. Although if we were just playing against any deck where Fatal Push is bad, the hand obviously was not keepable. Almost. Almost. We kill them next turn, I think. Yeah, we just put Bruna Colossification in the graveyard. So close. Depressingly close. Let me bring in these disputes. Cut the push. Not a big fan of Force of Negation in this matchup. Iona's pretty good against them. Just Iona naming red, it blocks most of their deck is mostly red and it blocks their Stormwing entity pretty well. Although Griselbrand being a 7/7 flying lifelink is maybe better. Probably want the Purges. Not a big Remand fan, although it's okay against Stormwing entity. Guess I don't really want the delays. Yeah, Timely seems D, so I'll play Timely. Good Gifts target, like 2 Gust. Cryptic is meh. Cryptic is meh. Maybe you could cut 1. Keep this. Yeah. So the idea is, if you have a Mystic Sanctuary, you can Gifts Ungiven for Radical Idea, Bruna, Colossification, and Goryo's Vengeance, and kill your opponent after you untap after you cast Gifts. And maybe that's good. We'll see. It has not been proven to be good yet, but it has potential, I think. I did not know that. I did not know delay was a rude French word. Maybe that's why Nasi likes to play delay. I guess I'll Gust with Spear and Teferi bounce the Sprite Dragon because it's just more mana intensive to replay this. So now we have the Radical Idea in our hands, so we can Gifts for something else. That's another thing, if you just draw part of the combo, you don't have to Gifts for all of it. It's funny. We can consider sideboarding some Bloodchiefs. Maybe, yeah, maybe. You know, I will say, I've said this a few times before, But when you're working on a new brew, the hardest part is usually, I think I'm just gonna try to get them. I think I'm just gonna have them. Hopefully we're not dead, and hopefully they don't have a counter spell. But I'm just gonna try to get them. The hardest part of any new brew is building the sideboard. Well, maybe we're just dead. No, this is not a dono. This is just something I've been thinking about and trying to work on. Oh no, they have a Soul Guide Lantern. Please just cast that Sprite Dragon. Please cast Sprite Dragon. No! 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 So let's try to bait the Lantern with the Sanctuary. Damn it. Gives for Force of Negation? I don't know. Like, one thing is we're just dead, so we have to Gust here. Yeah, of course, opponent has a good sideboard card against us. They must be sniping. Yeah, we have to. I think we have to fetch Sanctuary and Gust this turn to not die, but unfortunate. Blue-Red Prowess does not seem like a very good matchup for whatever that's worth. Am I crazy for keeping this on the draw? Yeah. Just go to 5. Playing 25 lands. Keep this. I'm gonna put back Delay, Fatal Push, I guess. Come on, are you kidding me? Blue-Red Prowess into Blue-Red Prowess? Ah! Why? Stinks. No, I don't think Grave Titan's where we want to be. Blue-Red Prowess won the PTQ. I thought Sultai won the PTQ. Well, we could just draw the combo, then Thirst for Meaning into Goryo's Vengeance, Colossification. I think instead this turn I'm gonna just Teferi bounce. No, you know what? I will Thirst for Meaning. I will Thirst for Meaning. It's not the same guy. I did check. Just 2 different Blue-Red Prowess decks. And it seems like a really tough matchup. So rough for your brew that you want to do well to face against a bad matchup twice in a row. We're dead to a Lightning Bolt. Not dead to Burst Lightning. Not dead to Mutagenic Growth. We go to 1. Although we need to draw... If we draw exactly the 1 of Goryo's Vengeance and the 1 of Colossification, we win. Alright, they just have a turn. If we lose, I might mulligan. We'll see. Curious if you consider playing Fatal Push. Yeah, Fatal Push seems D's. Should probably be main decking some. Mulligan add the blue-white Tango land over the blue-white Cycle land. Maybe. I'm kind of in. I'm kind of down. Keep this, I guess. I'm going to play the Visions on turn 1. Yeah, I definitely, when I was trying to build this list yesterday, opponents mulled to 4. Okay, good for us. When I was trying to build this deck yesterday, I did start... I don't think Force is very good against them, though. It's can be okay, but you're usually, like... It's not that good of a card, I think, in this matchup. I was trying to start off when I was building this to be like the Esper Jason's Prodigy Obsidat deck, but I think that this is better. Just it's just so many cards to play Jace and 4 Vengeance and Obsidat and Bruna and Colossification and Gifts Ungiven and Radical Idea. All of a sudden, like, you just don't have, you know, the interactive cards that you need to bridge the gap. Mountain Burst Lightning. Yeah, I don't think Archbane's Charm is super castable in this deck. I mean, it's probably not that difficult to cast, but I also don't think it's where we want to be. It has 2 cards. They could have a Spell Pierce, but I think we're supposed to just main phase this. I think it's gonna get pierced either now or on our opponent's turn, right? So might as well have the higher upside play, I think. Just play Yorion. It's 5 head suggestion. I guess I'm just gonna get a Watery Grave and push. I have Liliana the Veil in some lists. Yeah, I think that if you play JVP, Obsidat, 4 Goryo's Vengeance, you play like 4 Thoughtseize, Liliana the Veil, you know, maybe no counter spells. We might get to do it this game. But I think this version between the two is looking like the better one to me. I mean, we're only playing 1 Colossification though, and it's a combo piece. You know what I mean? It's not like we have 4 Colossifications that we're drawing. Drew the Radical Idea. Alright, looks like they have a light up the stage. I'll just counter that, or the Bedlam Raveler. Do we Gifts for a White Source? Maybe. Now that we have the Radical Idea, we do have some leeway in the 4th card that we pick, but now we do get to Gifts for the combo, and so assuming my opponent doesn't draw a counterspell here, which they did not, we get to combo off, and no one can say that we didn't. Unless we find out that the combo doesn't work. Then people can say that we didn't. I'll get to that Pet Athena in just a second. So we get to Gifts Ungiven for Bruna, Colossification, Goryo's Vengeance, and we already have the other Radical Idea in our hand. So we really don't need to choose another card. I'll just choose the 3. They're dead. But usually you would choose Radical Idea, but that's already in our hand. So they probably just put Colossification in my hand. And then we get to win. Oh, they put Bruna? Sure. I guess that makes a little more sense. So now we Mystic Sanctuary, Goryo's Vengeance. Radical Idea. Discard Bruna to Radical Idea. Let me do it, opponent. Let me do it, please. Vengeance Bruna. No, they didn't let me attack. But we did it. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Up to you over 9,000. I'll make a life decision for you for 1,000,000 channel points. Alright, get to Pet Athena now, who's all the way in the corner. We were playing this morning and she knocked her dog bed into the corner a bit. She did. She knocked her dog bed into the corner. That seems decent. How does this deck beat a flying blocker? Well, we got ways to remove flying blockers, but we also like have Griselbrand Unburial Rites for when that doesn't work. In theory, at least. And I'm not saying this deck is good, I just am saying it's neat and I'm excited to try it out. Probably nothing for the life decision that would involve me having to interact with anyone in real life. Sounds like a nightmare. I know. A serious answer to your non-serious question, TGE, is that I find if I actually, you know, try to look nice for the stream, I feel better and I feel like I play better, maybe even. I get an irrigated farmland. My opponent let that push resolve really quick. They could have a mystical dispute. I think I'm still just going to jam Teferi. Cool. So see if they sack their lantern. If they don't, we can bounce it with Teferi and stop them from being able to disrupt our combo. Although we need 6 mana to actually kill them with the Gifts plan, so maybe we just try to put a Griselbrand into play. Although they do get to just replay the lantern after we Gifts. They bolted Teferi. Ooh, Timely's nice. Yeah, an Esper Bruna would be super good. Might be a value Gifts Ungiven here. I guess so. Feels bad. We can get like Thirst for Meaning, another Gifts Ungiven, Cryptic Command, Fatal Push. Maybe Silundi Vision. Yeah, you could ask me for an autograph if you ever see me at a GP. Yeah, we could maybe get lands. I mean, this is a land. But we did successfully combo off, which is about as much as we can hope for, maybe. Cool. Probably not Turtle Power. Probably not. Oh, dang it! I thought I clicked plus on Teferi. That's my bad. Oops. Definite oops. So bad if they draw lightning bolts. Pretty happy to like remand any 2-drop in this matchup. And I'm going to start clinging their graveyard. And they may end up using their lantern to get rid of my Cling to Dust, because Cling to Dust is pretty good. Any day now, Blackwing. I expected it to happen any day. And if it doesn't get banned any day from now, come to me and complain about it. Might just like hard cast Griselbrand this game. They gut shot Teferi, resolves. They have lightning bolted and gut shot this Teferi this game. Their lava dart actually does not have a bounce into sacrifice, so let's Cling to Dust that. Any consideration in casting Timely before pushing? Yeah, maybe that's good so we can win this game. But I think we're just gonna win, you know, kind of regardless. Here, target Cryptic, and like they may just like have to lantern here, right? I think the goal here is to make them lantern, and we can also maybe just get to a spot where we have 8 mana. We can Cryptic bounce their lantern and Gifts. But let's try to. We can maybe let's just try to win with the sweet combo instead of with timely tokens. Right, counter draw. This Teferi has really been a thorn in our opponent's side. We even forgot to plus it one turn. Ooh, can instant speed Bloodchief's Thirst? Sounds busted. Oh, we can actually just... We could just Gifts and then put a Griselbrand into play before they get priority, right? Yeah, let's just do that. Oh no, what am I talking about? They sacked the Lantern in response. I'm so used to playing with Uro. I thought this worked. But we do get to make them use the Lantern, at least. And try to win with the combo, but obviously this doesn't work. I'm just so used to Uro not being able to respond into with Lantern. So, what? Yeah, if we were gonna make the play of baiting them, it's just better to do it end of turn. Yeah. It was a mistake. It was obviously a mistake. Hopefully we're not dead. Someone's knocking at the door. It was maintenance coming to like look at a request I put in like a month ago. Like an actual month ago. That's just pleasant pass. Once we find our other Gifts Ungiven, we win. Or one of our other two Gifts Ungiven. Lava Dart me. Yeah, I'm interested in making them go in on the Sprite Dragon. And then I'll get the timely tokens. And I'll kill the dragon. What are my thoughts on 5-color elementals in Modern? I think the deck is very powerful, but the problem with the deck is that it has a lot of like grindy mid-range elements. It has a lot of aggro elements, and it's like you have the pretty aggressive Thunderkin Awakener and Lightning Skelemental, and you have the very defensive Risen Reef Voice of Resurgence plan. And I think that like makes your deck a little too disfocused and sometimes awkward. How's Thirst been? It's been okay. I think you mean Bloodchief's Thirst? We have 2 cards with Thirst in the name. Bloodchief's Thirst is okay. I've been liking 4 push 1 Thirst in various decks in Modern recently, and I think I like that split here too. We are timely reinforcements control. We did get to combo off, which is all I wanted to have happen. I guess we want to save that for a Raveler. Oh, and I guess I didn't plus Teferi, so I'll just purge. Just cast Bruna. Nikachu, the Merfolk Master. I guess I'll force a Vial. Llanowar Elves? What the hell is this? This isn't a... What? Cavern Naming Elf. Well, we do have an Elesh Nord in our sideboard. Each other warrior enters the battlefield with a counter. Each creature with a counter has trample. Cool. Yo, I mean, I spammed all question marks in the chat. I'm sure Nikachu can decipher what I'm asking. Is Nikachu streaming? Ooh. Okay, that's a combo. That is a combo. It's a better combo than our combo, maybe. How do you clip something? I have no idea. And at this point, I'm too afraid to ask. I think we're gonna thirst for meaning. Could also, of course, visions, but I think Gifts Ungiven may be a bit too slow. If our opponent just goes growth chamber here, 5 down to 12. Would love for like Nikachu to pass here and then respond to my thirst with a Coco, and I get to force. Perfect. I didn't even get to finish asking for what I wanted before I got it. It's exciting. I mean, Nikachu might not respond, but I think you kind of have to here. And I'll keep the Radical Idea because it's part of our combo. We could, of course, just draw Bruna plus Colossification. Never lucky. Never lucky. Sanctuary is not online here. Let me just cycle Cling first. So we could draw Teferi instead of cycling off the 1 mana card. Or cycling off the 2 mana card, rather. Okay, that is part of our combo. Alright, gonna get a tapped Watery Grave here. Could discard the idea. I think it's just better when we have so many lands to discard them instead. That's awesome one. Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to put Goryo's Vengeance in the title, because like we are built around it, but it's like we only have one of, but it's part of our gifts pile. But I feel like Bruna's Vengeance is a good name. But it certainly is not, it doesn't feel very much like a stock or traditional Goryo's Vengeance deck. So I hope nobody feels debated. It's going to be hard to assemble this in one go. Oh, I was probably supposed to play basic planes. Yeah, we can't Cryptic Command lock them. It's going to be tough to get out of this spot. I'm trying to figure out what our outs are, but without like a turn to set up with this Cryptic, I don't think we can get out of this. I mean, maybe we could just draw our second Cryptic Command, and then maybe Nikachu can't beat 2 Cryptic Commands. It is possible that this deck just can't beat 2 Cryptic Commands. Okay. We naturally drew the Goryo's Vengeance, so we win the game. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Yeah, GM saw the line. I don't think that Nikachu will see this coming. I can't believe it. I hope Nikachu is recording and this gets to go on YouTube with Nikachu's. I hope I get to be in the thumbnail. I can't believe it. Yeah, the deck really wants us to win. He's streaming. Awesome. Woo! Nobody's letting me attack with Bruna. Nobody's letting me attack with Bruna. I'm so upset. It's pretty good. Maybe I'll play the Griselbrand and Elesh Norn. Remand doesn't seem very good against them. I'm kind of down for like 2/4s. Kind of down for a Teferi. Kind of down for like 2 Remand. Maybe play 1 Thoughtseize still. Yeah, lots of people have been popping in and say they're from the YouTube. That's really cool. No, actually, Storm is a pretty good deck right now. IT. I think I would definitely recommend Storm in the current modern metagame. I can't believe we drew the 1 of Goryo's Vengeance. Ah, man. I mean, maybe we could build a deck to play more Vengeances because just double Entomb with Gifts is pretty good. So if you just draw a Vengeance, then you double Entomb with Gifts and kill them. No, Elesh Norn seems better than Iona to me. Because, you know, if they're going to be building to the board early, Iona's going to maybe be too slow. But Elesh Norn just comes down and kills everything. I guess, you know, maybe they have some, like, 1/1 Growth Chamber Guardians, but it should kill most things, right? I guess I don't know exactly what Nikachu is playing. I've got an idea. Maybe I want Timely, actually. Let me play Timely. Oh, too late. Can't believe we drew the Vengeance. This is so sick. Let's keep this hand. It's kind of hard to keep a hand without a 1-mana black removal spell, but I think this hand's good enough. Yeah, it would be pretty funny if Bruna and Colossification didn't work and I never got to find out because everyone keeps scooping to me. I mean, it does work. It does work, but it'd be funny if it just somehow didn't and I never got to find out. Yeah, it's an elf tribal deck with some emphasis on some warrior synergies. There's a lot of overlap. You know, this is kind of the big payoff is Bramblewood Paragon, which is a pretty cool name. Cool. It's an interesting draw. I do think we're going to try to set up for Gifts plus Rites on Iona or Elesh Norn. Seems pretty tough for our opponent to beat. Is Bruna busted in Modern? Is this it's an edit with me saying Bruna instead of Madcap? I think Nikachu has Veil of Summer. Or maybe it's just another elf to play, but it's kind of just the read I'm getting with this pause. Veil doesn't stop Aether Gust, and Nikachu's saying, why doesn't Veil stop Aether Gust? This is why I should be playing Merfolk. That's my Nikachu impression. Why do they work? What makes the inner battlefield clash? So Bruna still gets tapped. Oh wow, these are both warriors. I didn't realize that this was a warrior. We drew the Bruna. They put the Bramblewood Paragon on the bottom. I guess we just bounced the token. So the Colossification trigger still happens, but Bruna's already attacking when the Colossification trigger happens because it's an attack trigger, not a Bruna enters the battlefield trigger. And so it doesn't really matter that it's tapped. She's just tapped and attacking like normal, you know? It's a clickbait. Oh, the stereotypical clickbait phase. It's good. Oh no, if Nikachu has Veil, it stops Gifts. Fuck. It's actually pretty good. I think it turned out well. Hopefully my editor doesn't watch this closely and put that as the thumbnail. Okay, surely they don't actually have Veil as the last card. Impossible, right? Maybe F6 too. Okay, thank goodness. Elesh Norn, Unburial Rites against the Elf stack. Pretty good. I don't know if he has outs to this. Do we not have the win? No, the win requires you to have 6 mana on your next turn. If they give you Bruna in the hand, then you have to have 6 mana to Radical Idea, Jumpstart Radical Idea, and then Vengeance. So you need to have 1 more land. Although I guess I was supposed to get back. It just doesn't matter. Game's over. Although maybe I did have the win because the Bruna is in my hand. Again, it doesn't really matter. That's something. It's an elf. Kicked 2 times. I mean, this is fine. We'll just kill him. think we'll just kill him at least. So Snapcaster Gifts for... Oh, I guess we have to get Mystic Sanctuary, Colossification, Vengeance, and Radical Idea. So Nikachu, if Nikachu puts in the graveyard Vengeance and Sanctuary, then we can't combo because we're at 1 life and we can't fetch for another Sanctuary, but it's fine because we can pick up the Snapcaster with Cryptic Command and then snap Vengeance in 2 turns. Yeah, so we can just cast Bruna also, but I think it's a bit safer to hold up mana this turn, and next turn, or sorry, Ingo, Cryptic, bounce Snapcaster. Oh, I guess Radical Idea discarding Bruna plus bounce Snapcaster Vengeance is maybe too much mana. So maybe I just was supposed to cast Bruna. Yeah, we can also just pick up Sanctuary. Yeah, sorry, yeah, picking up Sanctuary with Cryptic is better. Yeah. Just kill his guys. Got a 2-turn clock. I mean, isn't that worse than killing next turn? Alright, so Mystic Sanctuary, Vengeance. Radical Idea. And this deck definitely is a Radical Idea. And it's really nice that Bruna triggers... You can put the aura into play from either your graveyard or your hand. Yes. It works! It works! Amazing. It's working! It's working! Oh, I forgot to say GG's. I guess we keep this. That's fine. Maybe it's even good. Play Luris, Polluted Delta. Yes, thank you. I really want. Nobody's let me attack with Bruna yet. Yeah, I think I want to Thoughtseize this turn. Second Bomat's so tough. I think I want to take one of the 1-drops. Not let my opponent go Bomat Thoughtseize next turn. I'll take the Bomat. I mean, we do have a pile of Fatal Pushes. Maybe this matchup isn't that bad. Yeah, Teferi bouncing Bomats also can be nice, especially with like the Night's Whisper in the hand. Oh, they cast Night's Whisper. Interesting. Wasn't really expecting that to be the card to be cast there. So tell me, chat, what has made Bomat good all of a sudden? Mostly Doomwake figuring out that it's good. Oh, interesting. Gonna play the Scourge pre-combat. I'll push the Bomat in response to the trigger. Wait, why Thoughtseize first? Yeah, I guess we need to push the Scourge. But yeah, I think Bomat's just kind of always been good. It's also just like particularly nice in a strategy like this that really wants 1 mana hasty creatures to turn on Scourge, and you know, this red black deck likes to have the backup grindy game plan. Good in the deck with a lot of cheap spells. we rip a good interactive spell for this turn, we should be in great shape. That counts. Or at least I'm counting it. And then we'll probably just well, I guess we could we'll see what happens. But Scourge plus Shadow, jeez. Also kind of a jeez. Well, I guess we have to tap draw. Okay, that gives us game. A third Scourge. Great. Well, we're dead. So many Scourges. We're also yet to play like a matchup where the delays and remands really shine. Like 4-color control, big mana decks, Titan decks. I think Griselbrand is the threat we want more than Iona or Norn. Stony does stop Bobble and Bomat. It's not nothing. I'll bring in the Timely. I don't think Timely's great against them, but I think it's probably good enough to play. You can play the Teferis too. Play like 2 delay, 2 remand. Hear you out, Angel's Grace. Is Darkness legal? The Black Fog? I don't think it is. Hard to mulligan Fatal Push Bloodchief's Thirst against them. Don't have a Godless Shrine in the deck. Lingering Souls could chump an extra turn. I don't know. I think Lingering Souls is like just too low power level for Modern these days. You know, usually when people always ask me, Spike, how do you brew so well in Modern? How are you brew successful? And it's just because I don't play cards like Lingering Souls. I don't play cards like Search for Escanta. Just try to play. I try to have a good idea. That's always step one, and then I try to play the good cards. Is Monarch too strong for Modern? Monarch is probably better in Legacy than Modern because Modern is more about creature combat than Legacy is. Which is part of the reason why it shines in Modern, or sorry, in Legacy is there's just a lot less. There's a lot less creature combat. Yeah, we just play cards like Bruna. I mean, I'm not claiming this deck is good, but I just had... The idea is Bruna, Colossification, Gifts Ungiven, right? Goryo's Vengeance. And so, this is the idea. And then, when you have this idea, you just try... I think you just try to make it as good as possible, as streamlined as possible, and not play, cards that are of too low power level to see play in Modern, like... Lingering Souls, Search for Escanta, like a lot of the suggestions we had today. Yikes. Well, we're pretty dead. Draw our basic planes, I guess. Didn't bring in my gusts. Yeah, I've played Sultai Gifts. It's possible we could just still be that deck. And with a very light white splash, which I've also done. Got super punished for playing the Watery Grave last turn. Could have cast the Cryptic this turn. Yeah, exactly, Emma. And so when I think maybe this deck is good, maybe this deck has some potential. I'm just not that interested in trying out cards that I know to not mid-range cards, mid-range and control cards that are just not high enough power level to play anymore, like Lingering Souls and this Kanta. I don't think that I don't think cards like that all of a sudden become playable because I'm playing a new strategy. You know what I mean? Swamp Inquisition and no Luris, so not likely to be Red-Black Scourge. Also excellent basic land choice. They took the delay. Yeah. Lingering Souls is a super sweet card. I wish it was playable, but you know, I just don't think that it is. You know, a lot of people seem to think that the brewing process involves thinking about a card you like and then trying your best to make that card playable. And that's just not my process. My process is trying to have an idea that has potential to be competitive, you know. Gifts Ungiven is kind of almost a one card combo here. And that's kind of interesting. And then, you know, try to build a deck around that idea that you think has a chance that is doing something unique and is doing something different and is doing something potentially really powerful, rather than I'm playing this card because I like it. And there's also nothing wrong with playing cards you like, right? That's Magic. It's a game. In fact, I encourage you to play with cards if you're just playing a deck or cards because you like them. I encourage you to do that. Magic is too short, or life is too short to not play the decks you want to play, but just try to have, I would say, you know, more reasonable expectations. So I think I want to go Remand, hold up Remand this turn, because we do need one more land if we want to Bruna combo them. Oh, they have a Cling to Dust? It's fine. We can also just, you know, try to put a Griselbrand into play, maybe. Yeah, Brawl is a card I like a lot. Brawl is a pretty powerful card. I've played Brawl in fair decks before. Yeah, I think against Thoughtseize we just put Rites Griselbrand in the graveyard. We've got a Pet Athena. There's been some good days for Pet Athenas today. She's next to the warm power supply. Yes, she is. They have Lily in hand. Yeah, we have 3 Force of Negations we can find, but also they can't definitely cast Liliana this turn. We also just might get Blood Moon and Concede, which seems to be a recurring theme, getting Blood Moon and conceding. Play like 2 Force of Negation. No Thoughtseize, 2 Remand, 4 Gust, 2 Purge. Thanks, Steph. That's also part of the goal of the stream, is to... I mean, I think at this point that is just the entire stream, is to brew and brew well. You know what I mean? I don't think our opponent's playing Prowess, but we played against 2 blue-red Prowess and 1 red-black Prowess. But our opponent's more of a red-black mid-range deck. You can tell because, you know, no Luris, their main deck in Blood Moon, main deck in Liliana. Yeah, Baral actually is really interesting in this list. But the problem with playing cards like Baral and Jace's Prodigy is all of a sudden your deck becomes like pretty vulnerable to Lightning Bolt and Fatal Push, and there is a lot of value in just having your deck not have a ton of push and bolt targets. Well, at least Blood Moon won't be very good against us. I was really hoping to keep that Remand, though. I'm happy enough to gust this. Use my mana this turn. I'm gonna have a second gust too. They put the Croaks on the bottom. Play that. Oh, play that. I've seen an Esper Eldrazi deck running Delay and Wasteland Stringer, and Ulamog's Nullifier too, I'm assuming. I really, really like Ulamog's Nullifier, and if anybody out there can make it playable, I would love to see it. But I have also yet to see it. Alright, gusting this is really bad if we miss on lands and they draw a Blood Moon, or have a Blood Moon. But I think that I just want to use my mana. And like it's also It's really bad if they have Blood Moon and we don't draw a fourth land for Cryptic. Yeah, honestly, Ulamog's Nullifier is like the part of that deck that makes me want to play the deck, and yeah, if that deck is better without Ulamog's Nullifier, I'm not that interested in it. Find our land, I guess. Let's discard Radical Idea. And we have Fatal Push up this turn. And we have Gust for a Blood Moon. Feels weird to discard Purge, but I think I want to discard the Purge. And so Aether Gust can be Blood Moon insurance, and then, you know, assuming we just get to like maybe push their Spyro, maybe not push their Spyro, push their play, untap with either 4-drop, seems kind of nice. It's possible we're supposed to just keep Purge instead. Oh no. Interaction. Where's Phage? No idea. I don't think Phage is coming to play. Alright, I'll Cryptic Command the Spyro. May end up just like value gifting again. Although, can also bounce the Soul Guide Lantern with Teferi. They have a Cling to Dust. It's a lot of graveyard hate. A disappointing amount of graveyard hate. Would an Uro ban be enough to force Blood Moon out of prominence? No, Blood Moon has always been a popular card in Modern. I don't think that Uro being banned would change that. It's a good draw. I think I just draw a card here to try to have Gifts up. I don't think I want to bounce a Lantern and have them fizzle my card draw. Interesting. Maybe our game plan is just going to be hardcast that. Kind of into this. So we can get Delta, Tarn, Strand. I don't want to actually have the possibility of getting black sources out of the deck, you know what I mean? Just want to get fetch lands. Should you Field of Ruin Tron on upkeep or draw? I mean, it depends. But usually it's going to be draw. But I'm sure there are situations to upkeep. Yeah, so we only have 4 total black sources in the deck, but that is the nice thing about fetch lands, right? How much mana do we need to Gifts and kill in the same turn? Like 10 mana. A lot. But that's fine. We'll just hardcast Griselbrand. Easy. Just 1 black source away. Oh, you know what? We have 2 Scalding Tarns. We need to have 1 Scalding Tarn, 1 Misty. And if we had that, this Griselbrand would be like cast next turn. It's super duper relevant right now. Probably want to bounce the Channeler next turn, make them sink 2 more mana into it. Also kind of makes Hazoret worse. They do put Hazoret on top. They have a Blood Moon. Well, I guess I'm bouncing that. I I'm gonna get a black source right now, I think. Or maybe I was supposed to Mystic Sanctuary back Purge. Okay, well now I was lucky enough to draw an answer. No, damn it! Oh no! Sorry guys. Obviously I just need to bounce the Blood Moon, and if we bounce Blood Moon, we get to force it on the way down and then Fatal Push the guy, and just kind of like the classic streamer thing where you say one thing and do another. Feels really bad. Say one thing, do another. So I apologize for that. And we're going to hardcast Griselbrand. And you know, maybe that doesn't win the game if they have an answer to it. But regardless, feels bad. What do I think about this deck?